Hi, I'm Racheal Xavier. I am the designer behind Valentina Ventura XX.
What initially inspired you to become a fashion designer?
I read a Vivienne Westwood book that I got at a secondhand store in Philly, and I was like, oh, fashion design, it can be something that I wasn't aware of, something that is against anti-fashion, because
Right.
I was never growing up reading Vogue magazines or anything like that, and I was in my mid-20s, early 20s, and that's what prompted me to seek a degree in fashion design.
Cool. Can you describe your design process for creating a new collection?
It's really intuitive. I have an experience or I have a feeling and I start seeing what I've gathered. I gather fabrics just intuitively well, and then I piece them together and I piece the feeling together, and then the collection comes out after that.
Very cool. What's your favorite fabric or material to work with?
Nylons.
I feel like that was easy. How do you stay inspired in the ever-evolving world of fashion?
Well, I don't really tune into the fashion world specifically, and I run my own race, and I am inspired by myself and my own lived experiences, so as long as I'm alive, I'll be inspired. And I pay homage to the greats, and I think they're incredible, and they inspire me, but at the same time, I run my own race.
Yeah, no, that's cool. What's the story behind the name Valentina Ventura XX?
So my mom went to her hairdresser, and she was born on Valentine's Day, and her hairdresser was like, oh, you should be named Valentina. And then I was like, oh my God. Because before I was in Bain and BB Moto, and I knew I wanted to do something with V's, and I wanted to have something like Roman numerals, so it's VVXX, which I wanted the Roman numeral thing. Yep. And so Valentina came from my mom's birthday. Ventura is her maiden name. My great-grandmother, grandfather, our Venturas, and then I added XX on because when I was looking and creating domains and stuff, there is a Valentina Ventura who is a dentist in Sicily, and so I was like, national anthem, kiss kiss, because it is a for-profit business, so I thought it'd be cheeky.
That's cool. So what's your favorite piece from your latest collection? Do you have one?
Yeah, it's like I love them all. They're all my babies. Like, I make clothes that I want to wear. After I make it, I'm like, damn, I want it. Like, I want to wear it. I don't want to sell it. Right. I want to be privately rich and just make clothes for myself. I don't want to sell them, but buy them as well.
Sounds like a plan, though. How do you blend creativity and functionality in your designs, or do you?
For me, clothing, if it's not functional, it's art, it's not clothing. So I incorporate a lot of elastics, like bra straps that are adjustable, and use stretch materials because when I'm creating, I don't know which body I want to fit in that specific piece. So any garment that I make can usually fit from like a size 00 to an 8 easily, and then I can create pieces that look good on from someone a size 2 to a size 22. And that's just incorporating draping in the right places, incorporating stretch, adjustability, wrapping. I pull a lot of different sources because fit, function are a priority.
Yeah.
As a designer, I feel like I see a lot of clothes that have zero functionality and people ooh and ah over them, and I'm like, that's cool, but like, it's not clothing, because clothing, if you can't fucking go out in it, then it's not clothing to me. Like, my clothes are meant to be lived in, and they look better through the process of living.
I think. What's a signature element that defines your brand?
I would say slits, corsetry, lace, nylon, lingerie, knits. I don't know if it was supposed to be one thing, but that was a lot.
It's okay.
Kisses.
Who are your fashion icons or inspirations?
So Vivienne Westwood, and then Marquee is another big, great. And there's a lot of indie designers that I'm aspire to be like that are like contemporary. But yeah, those are just to name the like top two that like blow my mind and made me want to become a fashion designer in the first place.
And those are good ones too. What's the most challenging part of bringing a collection to life?
Time and money. And then my back. It hurts, but I get it done.
So how do you see your brand evolving in the next few years?
my goals are to have a studio storefront, which is building, to, you know, have a functioning full business where I can start to pay people and have more work put out because there's more hands on deck.
Yeah. What's your favorite coffee order?
So I love an almond milk latte. It has to be hot. I only drink hot coffee. I love when fall winter happens because everyone's like, why are you drinking hot coffee in the fucking summer and drinking red wine, you creep. So yeah, just a hot, large almond milk or coconut milk. And I do like a matcha, but I like a mocha. So
cool.
I have a lot of coffee orders. I like coffee.
A different one for different places.
Yeah, it depends on mood.
Yeah. Do you have a go-to fashion accessory?
Belts.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, I know. It looks cool though. You pull it off. You do. Like, yeah.
I love a lot of belts.
What's the best fashion advice you've ever received, if any?
Yeah, I don't know. Design or just wear?
Just like wear.
Okay, no one's ever given me advice. I think I'm unapproachable.
I mean, that's the answer right there.
No one's ever given me advice on fashion.
So what's one piece of advice you'd give to somebody?
Don't give a fuck. Wear what you want. If it's comfortable in it and it feels good, then you look good.
Perfect.
Like, no one can tell you no. If you feel it look good in it, when you're in your room trying it on and you go outside your room and you don't feel good in it, that's their problem. Mm-hmm. You know, not yours. So don't take it with a grain of salt.
I love it. What's your favorite trend right now? Do you have one?
I actually, I pretty much stay under a rock as far as like trends and stuff in fashion. I'm indie sleaze and people like always like, oh, that's a trend. Like, it's literally always in style to be indie sleaze in my book, and I get mistaken for goth or punk, and I do feel like indie sleaze is a magpie of all of those. In those styles, they do have trends within them, but it's always the same undercurrent, which is trendless, timeless, classic, you know, alt, anti-fashion vibe. So yeah, right. I guess a lot of belts though, because that kind of like was a trend, and like I do see a lot of people doing it now specifically, but I've always been like a corset person, so I'm like, oh, a lot of belts, that's way easier than putting on a corset.
So if you had like, I know you're not, you know, you don't stay on top of trends, which I think is cool and everything, but like if you could have a trend happen, what would you like? What would you like to see?
People wearing my work.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The trend is Valentina Ventura XX.
Perfect. What's a must-have in every designer's wardrobe?
I mean, my go-to when I'm working, I just put on a pair of like 501 bootcut jeans, no stretch, and Converse sneakers and a baggy t-shirt. That's what I wear when I work. So
just relaxed.
Yeah, just relaxed, and it looks cool. When you bought it, but the pair of pants I love, I bought in like 2017, and I still wear them every single day. They have a bunch of holes in them, but like I love them. Like I would never get rid of them, and they just fit like a glove.
And that's what matters.
Because I hate stretching jeans because the stretch breaks over time, and then you have all these little like things stretching out, and like a non-stretch denim is important if you want to have like longevity.
Cool. What's the most memorable fashion show you've attended or participated in?
I black out. Like I get so stressed out when I do fashion shows. I'm just stressed the whole time. No, the show in August, I was very stressed out, but it was the best show, I think, for me as a designer to fully have the space to show my work in its full raw element without being censored. It was the first time I've ever done a runway where I wasn't censored, and that was so enlivening.
Very cool. What's your favorite part of the fashion design process? Do you have one?
Wearing it.
That makes sense. What's the most rewarding piece you've created? To you personally,
all my babies. I mean, my textile process is really rewarding because I feel like it's like me writing in a journal with my mind, intuitively with my hands onto the fabric, and it's not words, but I see ink blots with a psychiatrist or whatever, I'm reading the fabric out, and I'm like, I'm feeling this and that.
Right.
So textiles are rewarding in the way they alleviate some mental stress in my mind.
Perfect. Do you have a favorite fashion era or decade?
Yeah, I love the 90s and the 70s. I feel like those are peak. And yeah, I'm trying to think. So it's like 20 years apart. So after the 90s, I guess the 2010s. Like, I feel like there's like a 20-year gap between cool, because it gets like weirdly conservative, and then it gets like super big bulky 80s, and like it goes in waves, and like the 70s and the 90s are like the same time period but with different aestheticism, and the 2010s I think groups into that now that I think about it. Which was, a really fun era, especially like Lady Gaga Indie Sleaze was definitely really peak then. And I mean, I love the aestheticism now. I feel like people are just fucking shit up and being crazy in fashion. And it's, indie designers are taking over, and all fashion houses are collapsing, and it's a completely new era.
So what's a fashion myth you'd like to debunk?
I mean, I feel like people don't fashion is a lot of different things. And, a designer who makes clothes is different than a designer who manufactures clothes. Like, they're two different worlds. And they speak two different languages, and they produce two different styles of work. And I feel like calling clothing made by hand merchandise is ridiculous, and I've had that happen to me a couple times this week, and it makes me want to like punch drywall. So yeah, I just want to debunk like manufactured clothes are not art. Handmade clothes are art, and should be treated with different. It's different. Yeah, and different respect, tier. I guess.
Agreed. Do you have any fashion rituals or habits?
I mean, a ritual, everything's a ritual to me, needling the thread's a ritual. Like, okay. I do it 1,000 times a day, and I love it.
So what's the most fun part of being a fashion designer?
Wearing the clothes.
And so I'll finish it with this, but what's your ultimate dream project?
This.
Okay. Your
Creating
exhibition.
A solo show. My exhibition is definitely a dream project. I have a lot of dream projects. Everything I've created is a dream. I don't do anything outside of what I want to do. So it's all a dream to me, and then I make it into a reality by creating it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.